3. Hi, can you please tell me your full name and can you spell your surname?
Julie Nelson, Nelson.
Thank you very much, Julie. And tell me, what has happened? What letter did you get in the post?
Well, it actually wasn't in the post, it was an email I got. Because of COVID, they're sending emails. So I was actually sitting in work about 3 or 4 Fridays ago, and I came back. I'd just been in the gym on my lunch, and came back, and an email came back from something like BD honours list, and I was looking at it thinking, is this a joke? Is this serious? And then when I opened it up, it said that I was going to be honoured in the Queen's honours list, for her birthday. So, it was obviously a big surprise for myself.
What was your reaction when you saw this?
Yeah, it was overwhelming basically. And I never thought that, just for playing football for Northern Ireland, that you would end up getting an award from the Queen. So it's fantastic.
And would you ever thought that when you're a young girl playing football that you'd ever get to this heights where you're going to get an award from the Queen, and you could potentially go over to maybe meet one of them to actually get it over in the Buckingham Palace?
Most definitely not. It's not something that I had ever dreamed of before, and it's a huge honour and privilege to be on that list.
And tell me, so when you got it, was it actually a surprise?
Absolutely, I knew nothing about it, and it's not. I didn't know I'd been recommended for it. And as I said, it was a complete surprise when that popped up on my work emails on a Friday afternoon.
And so when it did pop up, what did you do? Did you turn around and think, is somebody trying to pull my leg? Is this a bit of spam? What was your thoughts?
Yeah, I read it. I'm sure I read it about at least 5 times to make sure it was actually real, and then I had to call my parents, and they're the only people that are aware of it so far. So I'll be glad to be able to share the news tomorrow with everyone else.
And how did you contain yourself sitting in the middle of the afternoon getting this email that you're going to get this award? What were your thoughts?
Yeah, it was definitely hard to concentrate on my job for the next hour or two on that Friday afternoon, and then you have to try and come back to normal because you have to keep it a secret. So yeah.
And do you think this is actually proof that the women's game in Northern Ireland is getting there?
Yeah, I think so. There's been players from other countries got recognition in the past, and it's fantastic to see that Northern Ireland now being recognised, and myself to be on that list.
And can you tell me a little bit of detail what it actually had said, what you were going to be honoured in that email?
It said I was going to be honoured with the British Empire Medal, and it gave you all the details and when it was going to be released, and all those kind of details. And I think it'll be a garden party, hopefully, if those actually go ahead now with COVID restrictions easing. Hopefully they'll be able to go ahead within the next year.
And what do you, whenever you get it, what are you going to plan to do with it? Are you going to show it off to people? What's your plans? Are you going to maybe try and do you think you'll get a few invitations back to your local school to come and show it off?
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be other people, wanting to share in it with me. There's been a lot of people there along the journey, so I'm sure my parents will be having it up on the shelf or on the wall somewhere in their house for definite. They'll be fighting with me to see whose house it's going to go to.
And can you tell me a little bit of things that maybe your mum and dad, the sacrifices you've had to actually make to get to here?
Yeah, I wouldn't be where I was, without their support. I had a bad knee injury when I was 19, and thankfully they paid for the surgery at that time, and I was able to get back playing within a shorter period than it would have been without that. And they've driven me here, there and everywhere. My dad used to be a taxi driver, basically driving me everywhere for training, for football, and it's great to see that reward now paying off.
Okay.